All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the San Antonio Express. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready, 50, plant.
Number 53, Mike 50.
Protein spill. Snap.
On first down, Hitchcock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. Second and 15. And the pressure gets to him again. Maurice Hurst in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long.
53.
Operating from the gun, Hitchcock. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over first and 10 on the short side of the field. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They run. It's Gurley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a third and 11 situation. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Bulldog Parker. 60 outlaw.
On 1st and 10, Hitchcock. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Hitchcock. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Eric Ebron with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Let's go, defense.
A shotgun snap for Watson. It's caught by Crabtree. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the red zone now, Watson. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Bortles. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Amari Cooper, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Here's Watson, and that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Throwing to start the drive. Hitchcock, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. 2nd and 14. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. 31 yards on the punt there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, Watson. Got it complete to Crabtree. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50.
Cook strip, the ball's out.
Right there. Day, baby.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Matchbox light. Hey, zoom.
2nd and 2. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Ready.
Throwing on 1st down. Hitchcock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Check 50. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Hey, let's go.
Back to throw. Hitchcock. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
To throw on 3rd down. Hitchcock. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, he does have one touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal, but you and I both know he's going to be a little upset.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are going to retake the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Amari Cooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Watson looks to throw again. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First and 10. Ready? Shooty base. Hey, box drop.
Operating from the gun. Hitchcock brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Maurice Hurst. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. From the gun on third down. Hitchcock. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll find Taylor. That's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Hey, Delta.
Rabbit. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's got it. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. From the gun, Hitchcock, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From just shy of midfield, Watson, and they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Early on first down with no blocking help there as he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing. Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Watson now to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Jarvis Landry. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Hitchcock. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Let's go.
This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Smooth. Hurry. Sit up. Get it.
Operating from the gun. Hitchcock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hitchcock. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Watson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They are going for it. Here's Watson. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Go! 10 low ball. Ready to go.
Push him back.
Shoot.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
General West. Undercrush, come.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Hitchcock. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. From the 15 now after the sack. It's 3rd and goal.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Big grip.
Looking to throw. Hitchcock. And it's caught. Touchdown. Eric Ebron. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game as they have taken the lead. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Escaping the pressure right. Crabtree has it. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Well, pass complete there to Crabtree. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A first down run there for Gurley, but nothing opening up as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Mike 3. You can't block me. Line him up.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. A fourth-quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, Charlotte!
To throw on 2nd down. Hitchcock. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
It's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Hitchcock to the right side to Eric Ebron. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
60 out now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. It's caught by Crabtree. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Now a desperation throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
All day, every day, any day. Switches.
Topper!
Check three.
On 2nd down now. It's Cook. He's got a first down past the 30. He's at the 50. The 30. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
53 at the line.
From the gun, Hitchcock. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Justin Reed. He's at the 50.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the run.
They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And he cuts it back. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But you identified an open target and put it right on him.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. 61, matchbox lights.
Silver. Watch the safety creep.
Get up. Be good.
Throwing on third and long. Hitchcock firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Bravo.
53. Check 53.
On 4th down, Hitchcock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost fell schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for the home team here, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Niners, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull off. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros.